Hi, Lynn. How are you? Hi, Deborah. Happy Saturday. How are you doing? We'll wait a couple minutes for a few more people to get on, and then we will get started. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't know why I cannot see the full chat. Let's see here. Hi, Janine. Hi, Trixie. Hi, Lizette. Hi, is it Briam? Happy Saturday. Hi, Deborah. You can go to my website, timelessdivinetarot.com, Deborah, if you want to purchase a website or if you want to purchase a personal reading. Trying to figure out how I can see these comments. They are not showing up. I don't know a whole lot about this. Here, let me see. Oh, I don't want to. Hi, Pam. Happy New Year to you. Hi, Janetta. Hi, Yet. Hi, Charmaine. I'm struggling here. I don't know what to do with this, why I cannot see all of the comments. I can only see one at a time for some reason. Hi, Renee. Hi, Delta. Okay, well, I'm going to just go ahead and get started. I don't know what's going on with the comment section. I can't see all of them. I can only see one at a time for some reason. So let's just go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Aries. We're going to do 2026 predictions. This is a micro. So we're going to take a look and see what is the theme for each zodiac sign. We're going to get one card for career, one for money and finance, and one for love. Keep in mind, love can be platonic. It could be self-love. It could be romantic love. Then we will get a card for what you need to surrender for this year, what you need to embrace, and then we'll get one affirmation. Now, if you do want to do an in-depth reading, I do have 3 options on my website, 3, 6, or 12 month. We go in depth month by month. We look at the energy, we clarify it, we see what lessons you're learning in each section, and then we get advice for each section and overall advice. So if you do decide you want to do an in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. But this is going to be more like a really, really condensed version because we're going to do each zodiac sign. If you are coming in after the live has started, feel free to check out the timestamps. I will put them down below so that you can check out your sun, moon, or rising placement. It kind of puts all the puzzle pieces together if something doesn't resonate for you. If you do want to do a live one-on-one reading with me, check out my website. Those are available on there. Or if you want exclusive content, feel free to join members. I do want to thank everybody for joining the live. We're going to get started with Aries first. All right, Aries, what is going to be the overall theme for you in 2026? Aries, what's going to be the overall theme for Aries placements? Okay, so it does look like overall for 2026, Aries, you need to spend more time connecting with the environment around you. It could be spending more time in nature, connecting with family, connecting with friends. There's something about you really needing to identify this year who you truly are and realizing what needs to go and what needs to stay. So let's take a look and see here. We're going to get one card for your career, one card for your money or finances, and we're going to get one card for love, and then we'll clarify each of those for you for Aries placements. So for your career, we have the Three of Wands. When it comes to money and finances, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is beautiful. And when it comes to love, we have the King of Cups. What you don't see, what's being hidden, is that Eight of Swords. So overall, for the next 12 months, you may be finding yourself maybe getting a little bit caught up in your head. But if you're spending more time connecting with who you truly are, then you won't feel stuck when it comes to certain aspects of your life. So let's clarify here for your career. The Three of Wands, something might be shifting when you think about your future. Maybe you're thinking about making a move when it comes to your career. You're making maybe travel plans to do something abroad. So let's clarify, why is the Three of Wands here for your career? Okay, yeah, we do have the Chariot coming out. So I do see that if you have been thinking about potentially challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone and doing something maybe abroad or traveling as maybe a traveling career, I do see that if you decide to do that, you will be very successful. Now, there's a lot of competition for it, but it is going to be worth your investment. So I see there's going to be a little bit of a shift with that. With your money, I see money's going to look really good. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So things, if you have been struggling in 2025 with money, I see you're walking away from that and you're walking right into the unknown of realizing that you're going to really fall in love with your career, which is going to bless you with your finances. Now with love, if you're single, I do see that you do have somebody that is going to be coming towards you that is looking for love, somebody who's open in their heart space. Now, if you're already in a relationship, I see you and your special person starting to bond and recognize how to love each other stronger. Yeah, we've got the Justice. For some of you, you are in the middle of a separation with somebody. I do see reconciliation is going to happen. For others of you, I do see whoever this person is, if you're single that's coming towards you, you may meet them when you are maybe taking maybe got a driving ticket, a speeding ticket, and you're going to go take a class, something at the courthouse. Maybe you have to pay a fine or you have to get some type of legal documentation. This person, you will meet them at that type of place. All right, well, let's take a look and see, Aries, what are you being asked to surrender in 2026? What does Aries need to surrender? Obsessive thinking. Yeah, you had that Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is what was being hidden. So you're being asked to surrender your obsession when it comes to compulsively or obsessively thinking about yourself or thinking about other people or problems. Connecting with nature is going to be really, really important. It's going to help you see things more clearly. It's also going to help you get out of your head and get into making decisions. What are you being asked to embrace? Trust yourself. Trust yourself to catch yourself. It says, you've got this. Your hard work is going to pay off. You have the ability to create whatever you want and desire. You just need to learn to trust yourself in the timeline. And you do know something is going to shift with your career and with your money and with love this year. So you got to trust what you're feeling. Let's get one affirmation for Aries for 2026. What is the affirmation? Break the patterns. Yes, it says, I am working on removing any habits or patterns that are holding me back. I'm determined to form new habits that will help me reach my full potential and live a meaningful and satisfying life. So you're breaking the patterns this year in 2026. All right, let's move on to Taurus. All right, let me change this here. All right, Taurus. Let's take a look and see. If you guys are joining the chat, welcome. Feel free to put a comment and like the video. I would appreciate it. If you're coming in after the live started, I'll put timestamps after it's over. All right, Taurus, what's going to be the overall theme for you in 2026? Well, it looks like you're going to start something new. You have some untapped potential that you have been kind of eyeing, something that you've been thinking about doing or trying. And it looks like in 2026, you're going to embark on really being able to say, you know what, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and I'm going to make a plan of action to do this. Okay, so it looks like you're becoming aware that there's something that you want to change this year in 2026. All right, so let's get one card for your career, one for money, and one for love. With your career, we have the Three of Wands. You may have Aries in your chart. Aries also have the Three of Wands. When it comes to your finances, I do see the Page of Pentacles. And when it comes to love, we have the King of Swords. What you don't see that's being hidden is that Page of Wands. So when it comes to your career, you could be trying to figure out exactly what you want to do. There is some potential you have that you maybe have thought about doing something and you know you'd probably be really good at it, but you haven't really stepped into it. Well, it does look like in 2026, you're going to realize, you know what? I need to just make a plan and I need to just go all in. I need to stop watching other people do it. Yeah, there's that competition and join in the competition. Jump in that pool of other people. It's something that when you were younger, you used to always want to do this. You felt a sense of pulling or calling towards it. Maybe when you're literally like, oh, I want to be a firefighter, or I want to own my own business, or I want to play professional golf. There's something you were really passionate about as a child that's coming out this year that you're going to actually go and do that. You're going to invest in that. I see with money, there's a little bit of money coming towards you, not anything significant. You might get a bonus, or you might get like some type of incentive, or maybe even like a contribution with something that maybe you played something at the slot machines and then you get some type of, you know, return on your investment. Maybe you put $5 in a machine and you get $100 back. It's anything significant, but I do see that there is a little bit of money coming in here for you. Give me another one on that. Yeah, you'll be excited about it. It's not anything significant. It's not anything that's going to, you know, pay the house off and pay the farm off, but it's just something a little extra. Now, when it comes to love, you're in this King of Swords energy. So you could be a little bit critical of yourself. You could be a little bit critical of those around you. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. You might be somebody who is in an energy when it comes to love that if they don't mentally engage me instantly, I'm out. I'm cutting them off as fast as I can go. And I'm seeing like a lawnmower. So you may be cutting through people real quickly. You're being asked to really support yourself with what you want when it comes to love. If you want love, you may have to be in a little bit more of an innocent energy and recognize that you may not get to know somebody initially and you may be cutting somebody off too soon, because what you don't see hidden below the deck is an Empress. There is somebody that is of value that you may cut off too quickly. And it may be a little bit immature for you to do that. So maybe invest a little bit and don't cut off too fast, too soon. Maybe give them a chance. It could be a fire sign or a Taurus. Okay, so let's take a look and see what you need to surrender. What is Taurus being asked to surrender in 2026? I just seen resentments wanted to be surrendering. So you may have some resentments. That could be why when it comes to love, you're in that King of Swords energy. You might have to surrender resentment towards other people or even self-criticism. Surrender limiting beliefs and setting limits. It says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationship. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So that is what you're being asked to surrender. Let's see what you need to embrace. What does Taurus need to embrace for 2026? Soar. It says, you're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. So not living in the shadows of other people, but not really, self-containing by being in that King of Swords energy. You might be a little overly critical that you have to release. What is the affirmation for Taurus at this time? What do they need to know for 2026? Graciousness. Being able to practice graciousness. It says, I gracefully exemplify compassion towards myself and those around me, even during challenging circumstances. Embody kindness and empathy. Act for love and positivity, infusing every interaction with warmth, understanding, and uplifting energy. So you're really being asked to let go of that King of Swords energy and see your full potential, because you're dimming your own light by being too self-critical. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Welcome in, everybody. If you could please put a comment and a like, I would appreciate it. Timestamps will go up after the live. All right, Gemini. If you guys want your own personalized in-depth reading, there are 3 options on my website, 3, 6, or 12 months. This is a micro read. It's not an in-depth. We do not have time for in-depths. All right, let's see here. Gemini, what's going to be your overall theme for the Gemini collective? What's the overall theme? So if you have been experiencing in 2025 a lot of financial hardships, and you found it to be a struggle to make money, to keep money, to get money, I do see in 2026, you are going to overcome that. You're going to be blessed with abundance. You're going to experience abundance, and you're going to have the ability to keep producing abundance when you receive it. So let's see. We're going to get 1 card for your career, 1 for money and finance, and 1 for your love, Gemini. All right. So when it comes to your career, we have the 6 of Cups. Money and finances, we do have the 4 of Wands. And with love, we do have the 4 of Cups. What's being hidden that you don't see is that 3 of Wands. So when it comes to your career, I do see you connecting with your inner child. I do see that you may even have a child that accidentally says something to you about, hey, mom, hey, dad, why don't you do this? You know, you're really good at this. Why don't you try this? Or have you ever thought about doing this? You would be amazing at this. That little nugget of information is going to be the seed that's planted that is going to help you experience abundance this year in 2026. So it's either something that came up as a child, maybe a childhood friend says something to you, or you remember from a child memory when you were little, or it's your own actual physical child has some type of offer or gesture or suggestion for you. Yeah, we've got the Empress coming out. So for a lot of you, this is potentially your child says something to you like, hey, have you considered doing this? You would be really good at it. Or for some of you, it's your own mom. Your own mom may say, hey, you would be really good at maybe a professional spokesperson or a professional communicator. And it kind of gets this little seed planted that you're going to take and see you do have full potential. Now, with your career, your finances and your money, I see that 4 of Wands. So you're bringing the money home and you're bringing in a sense of stability and security, and you're finally going to be able to start saving money. You're going to be able to realize that the money you do get, you're going to be able to hold on to, and you're going to have a lot more options. So you may have multiple streams of income that does come in for you in 2026 because of this potential. Now, when it comes to love, I see the 4 of Cups. So there could be some missed opportunities when it comes to love. You could just be bored or discontent. If you're single, you may just be like, I'm checked out. I'm not interested in the prospects that are out there at this time. You may try to give a little bit, but I'm hearing that song, give a little, get a little. Is that from the Beaches movie? I can't think of the rest of the words. Either way, I see that you may give a little bit, but you're kind of discontent when it comes to love. With the moon coming out, your intuition may be saying, you know what, now's not a time or the season for me to really focus on love as much. You may date a little bit here and there, but I don't see, if you're single, I don't see any significant partnership coming through in 2026. Now, you do have this 3 of Wands, so there is some potential in the future that you don't see, but you are really focused, it looks like, this year on your money, getting your money in order, keeping your money, and multiplying your money. All right, so let's see, what is it that you need to surrender? What is Gemini being asked to surrender in 2026? What are you being asked to surrender? Surrender to your intuition. It says, tune into your inner voice, be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments. Those are the times that are going to guide you. This is what I always say is your inner GPS. This is your compass, your body telling you, yes, let's do this. No, let's not do this. So when you get this, either this conversation or this resignation from your childhood, and it sparks a, oh, I never thought about that. Oh, I forgot about that. That's your intuition screaming to you. You need to surrender to listening to it because it's going to bring a lot of abundance if you do. What is it that you need to embrace? What are you being asked to embrace in 2026? Having a courageous heart. It says, it takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Trust your heart. It knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you to your true destiny. So you're being asked to really embrace what your heart and your intuition is guiding you. What is the affirmation for Gemini for 2026? What is the affirmation for you? Clear intentions. It says, an unwavering clarity. I set clear intentions towards my goals, infusing them with purpose and direction. I take deliberate and focused action, understanding that my intentions wield the power to shape and manifest my desired reality. I think that's why you get really clear with what you're going to do financially, and you go and you invest in it. You're going to experience abundance because of that. Okay, let's move on to Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let's see, what is going to be the overall theme for Cancer placements? Those that have Cancer placements, what is going to be the theme for 2026? Cancer placements. You know, you are really going to be challenged with understanding why certain people ghosted you in 2025. People that you felt challenged to get those answers that you don't get the answers. You will find that you're almost on like a journey of discovering who you are and authentically embracing that. And those that don't want to participate in enjoying who you really are, you're recognizing they're not worth the efforts. And you kind of like just wipe the slate clean and leave it in the past. You realize discovering who you truly are is all that matters. And the people that ghosted you clearly had no intention on staying with you. It's almost like you maybe were thinking a lot or wondering a lot about people that came in, but then they left. They came in and then they left. And you've spent a lot of time invested mentally in that. It looks like you're just letting that go. You're saying, you know what? It is what it is. I'm leaving it in the past and I'm moving forward. And you're no longer being challenged with trying to get the answers to questions you don't know. When it comes to your career, you're in the Queen of Swords energy. Money and finances is the Seven of Wands. And when it comes to love, we've got the King of Cups. What you don't see that's being hidden at the bottom of the deck is Three of Wands. This Three of Wands has popped out on every single one of the reads so far. So Three of Wands is very significant. All right. So when it comes to your career, you're going to be in this Queen of Swords energy. You're using logic and intelligence when it comes to your career. You're analyzing where you were in the past and where you potentially want to be in the future, and understanding that you've learned from stuff from the past when it comes to your career. Clarify the Queen of Swords. Why are you going to be in the Queen of Swords? You're not using emotion when it comes to your career this year. Nine of Pentacles. You are all about getting your money where you want it to be. You could be having a sense of, you know what? I'm cutting off people that are not invested in me. Three of Swords. You're not taking any conflict. You're not taking any trauma with you when it comes to the workplace environment. If you've had issues with coworkers, you're turning your back on that and saying, no, I am going to be very disciplined. I'm going to be very content within myself. And if I have friends as coworkers, great. And if I don't, it doesn't matter. Now, when it comes to your money and your finances, I see the Seven of Wands. So you're very much defending your position to push away things that are sucking the money. I'm seeing a drain. So your money maybe has been drained a lot. It could be that work has been draining your money, meaning maybe you've been investing more to get maybe your work wardrobe, or maybe you're investing in equipment for work and it's just not paying off and you're no longer doing that. Maybe you are finding with your finances, in order to manifest something more significant, you have to put more of a defense mechanism in. There's a reason why, because If you work for a company, you may find that you're spending more money and they're not giving you the kickback. They're not reimbursing you the money. They're not giving you the corporate credit card. They're not, reimbursing you for the conferences or the schooling that you're doing. And you're realizing, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be stable financially. And you're pushing back, not allowing that to happen anymore. So you're kind of putting up your guard saying, you know what? I have my mental resources, my skill sets I'm bringing, but anything tangible that you're expecting me to buy, it's on your dime. So it looks like you're kind of toughening up when it comes to your finances. You're being a little bit more strict with yourself and those around you. Now, when it comes to love, we do have the King of Cups. So I do see that you will be either finding love if you're single, or you're really finding love within yourself finally. You're being more compassionate to your own needs. Yeah, look at that, the Six of Wands. So you're recognizing that maybe you didn't love yourself enough last year, and this year you're not wanting to stay caught in your head about any negative experience. You're recognizing that you want love in your life. So if you're single, I see you putting yourself out there and telling yourself, you know what? I'm going to take the lead and at least put myself physically out there, energetically out there, and emotionally be open. Now, what you don't see that's being hidden is that Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Can you clarify that Three of Wands? What is it that you don't see that's happening here in the near future? Okay, so somebody is going to make a judgment call to try to return back to you. This is a friend that you used to spend a lot of time with. You maybe were best friends with this person. You may run into them at some type of social setting. They're going to want to reconcile. And of course, you have free will to make that decision if you want to reconcile with that friend or not. All right, well, let's take a look and see what is it that you need to surrender. Cancer placement for 2026. What is it that you're being asked to surrender? Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, overworking, take an action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with something healthy. So if there's been something you were really addicted to last year, and it could be maybe you were addicted to the people that ghosted you. Maybe you constantly were addicted to checking their social media, trying to uncover, playing Inspector Gadget. You are needing to surrender and let that go. Anything unhealthy that's not serving your highest good. What is it you need to embrace? What are you being asked to embrace for 2026? Take a chance. It says, it's time to step out of your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you're going to be rewarded with a newfound confidence and enthusiasm, and you're going to attract what you want. I think this is love. You're really going to step into your power of loving yourself, and that energy is going to emanate somebody coming towards you. What is your affirmation for 2026? What's the affirmation for Cancer placements? What's the affirmation? Warrior of self-love. That's what I just said. It says, I choose to love myself unconditionally. No matter what, I honor my needs and boundaries. I'm kind to myself when I fall short. I'm a warrior of self-love, and I love for myself is unbreakable. So you really being able to respect the love that you have for yourself is going to be really important this year. Okay, Leo, 2920. All right, Leo, if you guys want your own personalized in-depth reading, there are 3 options on the website: 3, 6, or 12-month in-depth yearly readings. If you want to do a live one-on-one reading, the Zoom live calls are on the website also. All right, Leo, what is the energy for you for 2026? Leo placements. What's the energy for the Leo collective? Leo. Okay, so I'm hearing that song. I don't know the name, but it's, I saw the light, I've been baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I was born to love again. I'm a brand new man. You're going to take a risk this year in something with your communication, and it's going to bring you into a new phase of your life. So you're reinvigorating maybe your communication style, Leo. Maybe you're learning how to be more effective with your communication. Maybe you're going to start communicating with people that you never communicated with before. Let's find out here. When it comes to Leo in 2026, what is the energy for career, money, and love? When it comes to your career, we got the King of Cups. You're falling in love with your career this year. When it comes to your money and finances, you're putting down any extra pressure, any extra burden, any extra responsibilities that you don't want. You're getting rid of them. And when it comes to love, we've got the King of Wands. So you're coming out in your own energy. What you don't see that's being hidden is the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So you're transitioning this year in 2026 because you're taking risk. So let's clarify. So with your career, you're falling in love with your career. Your communication is coming in and it's bringing in a lot of good news for you. Why is the King of Cups here for Leo for 2026? You may be really committed to your career this year. And because of that, it could be bringing in a lot of good energy for you. You may be feeling like you're falling in love with your job or your career. What is this King of Cups here for Leo? The Hermit, Virgo energy, and the King of Swords. Yeah. So you are being divinely guided in 2026 to really open up your communication style, be more open to people that maybe you had not been open to in the past. And because of that, it's really going to illuminate something to you about taking a risk. Now, with your finances and your money, I see the Ten of Wands. So you are putting to rest certain things that you don't want to carry anymore. You could be have financial obligations to your family. Maybe you are somebody who needs to settle down and kind of get rid of things that no longer serve you. You could also be getting some type of inheritance. Yeah, look at that. The 10 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords is all coming out for you, Leo, when it comes to your money. So you have 10, 10, 10 coming out, which is significant, which means you're closing out chapters, but you're also investing in things that are going to bring a lot of generational wealth. So you're falling in love with your career, which is going to build some type of legacy. You're saying goodbye to something in the past and you're taking a risk and a gamble, and it's going to pay off immensely for you, not just in 2026, but generations to come. Now, when it comes to love, it looks like you're coming out in your own energy. You're very confident when it comes to love. This could also be a fire sign that you're either involved with or you're about to meet. Clarify the King of Wands when it comes to love. 8 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. Yeah, you know, you may find a little bit of conflict that you could be involved with somebody that you have a lot of conflict with. You're confident that this conflict is not going to go away. You may be feeling paralyzed. You may decide that you want to just open up the communication. Maybe you even want to release the situation. What about those that are single when it comes to the King of Wands? Clarify that. Yeah, you're going to have a brand new beginning with a fire sign. This person is somebody who's going to take the leap of faith when it comes to you, Leo. They'll take the initiative. You do have that 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So clearly you're transitioning away from something. So why is this being hidden? Okay, it has to do with your work and your career. You're going to be working really hard this year, Leo. So I don't know if you realize it, but your ambition is going to very much, if you commit to it, you're going to be rewarded not just this year, but generations to come. All right, well, let's see what you need to surrender. For 2026 Leo placements, what is it that they need to surrender? What is it the desire to other people's opinion wanted to come out. So don't care what other people think. Who cares what other people think? That is the mojo. That could be why you have to take a risk when it comes to your career. Surrender denial also. It says accept people and situations exactly as they are without trying to deny the difficulty of it. Then you can see things clearly and make your best decision. That has to probably do with that love situation for those that are already in a relationship. All right, what is it that you need to embrace for 2026? What is it that you need to embrace? The difficult road. It says spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. So you're going to have to really face the difficult road of all aspects and embrace it. All right. What is the affirmation for Leo placements in 2026? What is the affirmation? 2026. Embrace change. It says, I eagerly adapt to new events and circumstances as I strive for success. I truly welcome change. I take on every chance and encounter with an open mind. welcoming the development and opportunities they bring me with the transformative journey. This is where you're going to have to really take a risk. You're going to have to realize maybe transitioning is part of the change that you need to make, but it's going to pay off if you do take that risk. Okay, let's move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. All right, Virgo. Let me get a drink. This ring light is hot. You guys like the ring light? Does the lighting look better with the ring light? I just got a new one. My other one broke. That's why I haven't been live. My tripod broke and I hadn't ordered a new one yet. But it's bright. It's making me sweat. Whew. All right. Anyways. All right. Virgo. What is the theme for Virgo placements in 2026? Virgo. What is the theme for Virgo placements in 2026? Okay. You may be relying a little bit too much on other people to support you when you're facing challenges. And it's something that you're going to need to overcome. You're going to need to realize there's a gateway for you, Virgo, in 2026 to really step into making decisions on your own, not allowing other people to help you make decisions, but really relying on yourself. There's some obstacles you're going to be facing in 2026, but you're relying too much on other people to help you or support you with those challenges. All right, let's get a card for your career, money, and love. Virgo. With your career, we've got the Page of Pentacles, money and finances, the Four of Cups. Love is the Four of Wands. What's being hidden at the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. So when it comes to your career, there could be an opportunity here for you. So something that maybe you don't really see. It could be a small opportunity. Let's see what this is when it comes to your career, Virgo. You may have somebody reach out to you when it comes to your career. What is this Page of Pentacles for Virgo? You may be asked to maybe do some traveling, do some other things. You may have to stay at some hotels. It may not be a lot, but it may be a little bit when it comes to your career. For others of you, you're relying too much on other people to help you find an opportunity, and you need to get to a place, a piece of not needing other people to help you, but really helping yourself. When it comes to money and finances, I see that there's some opportunities you're missing out on because you're not seeing them or you're just not paying attention. Why is the Four of Cups here? Yeah, you have an opportunity. If you are more disciplined, you could actually go into business for yourself and become very, very lucrative and very prosperous. But you can attract the success, and there could be an opportunity when it comes to your career, but you may miss the boat on it because you're not paying attention to it. When it comes to love, you could be getting married. You could be in a long-term relationship. Why is the Four of Wands here? You might be coming into union with somebody that you share a home with. Yeah, it looks like you're building a future with somebody. This person could have Taurus in their chart or fire in their chart. What you don't see at the bottom of the deck being hidden is that Five of Pentacles. You may have a little bit of abandonment wounds that you may need to address. And that could be part of why you're relying on so much of other people's opinions that you need to really address. Why is that Five of Pentacles here? Yeah, you fear making the wrong decision. You like other people to help you make your decisions. You always go back and forth, back and forth. Maybe you get into this analysis paralysis type mindset, and you're really needing to let go of that. You don't need other people to make decisions. You can make decisions all on your own. You have the knowledge to do that. All right, let's see what you need to surrender, embrace, and advise. For Virgo placements in 2026, what are they being asked to surrender? You might need to surrender to creativity. Your intuition may have a creative spark about something you should jump on the bandwagon, and it could be an entrepreneurial type thing or a business adventure. Maybe even be a side hustle or hobby that turns into something really significant. You need to surrender to listening to that intuition. What else does Virgo need to surrender to in 2026? You have the full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power, then stop playing it small. You could be playing it really small, and you need to be able to step into that full power. What are you being asked to embrace, Virgo? Virgo placements. What is it that they need to embrace in 2026? Honor yourself. It says, recognize the hard work that you're putting into where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud of yourself. This is you trusting yourself when it comes to that full power. And what is the affirmation for Virgo placements? What is the affirmation that they need to know? They need to hear for 2026. Just seeing growth mindset wanted to come out, Virgo. Accountability. It says, I embody a steadfast commitment to personal accountability, recognizing that my actions and decisions shape my path to success. I wholeheartedly assume responsibility for my progress, outcomes, and acknowledge the pivotal role I play in manifesting my desired results. This is you really not relying on other people to support you, but you relying on yourself and being accountable. If you want something, you have to go for it. Okay, let's move on to Libra. All right, Libra, 2026. What is the theme for Libra placements in 2026? Libra, 2026. You're going to be really focused on family this year. Your intuition is going to tell you that life is really short and it's time for you to finally focus on family. It could be that you're starting a family, you're establishing a family, or you're reconnecting with family that you've been separated with for a very long time. There's some type of transformative energy with family with you this year. Let's get a card for your career, money, and love, Libra. With your career, we have the Seven of Pentacles. When it comes to money, we have the Two of Wands. When it comes to love, we have the Eight of Swords. Hidden at the bottom of the deck is the Justice card. Some of you could be separated and you could be reconciling with your significant other. All right, so when it comes to your career, you're in the Seven of Pentacles energy this year. So you're really investing in yourself. You're investing in your, if you have a business, you're making maybe some business investments. If it is you work for a company, maybe you're investing in your skill set. You're brushing up on desired skills that will be enhanced in the future. Yeah, with that Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. You realize that if you don't invest now, you're never going to invest. So now is the time. 2026 is a phase where you know you have to invest in yourself. Your money and your finances, we have the Two of Wands. So I see you trying to potentially invest in maybe the stock market or some type of investments with opportunities that are going to pay off in the future. You maybe have been lying to yourself for a long time that if you poured enough into it, that it would work. I see here, there's something about your revisiting something you wanted to invest in the past. You're going to invest in it in 2026, but you're going to look at it in a different form or fashion. In the past, you were trying to find like a cheat code on how to make money quick, maybe get rich quick schemes, realizing those were not working for you or that they would not work. In 2026, you're being guided to recognize that there is potential in something, but it's going to take a little bit of work. It's going to take some investment. When it comes to love, I do see the Eight of Swords. So you're a little bit obsessive in your thoughts. If you are married or you're in a relationship, you're wondering, are you going to reconcile with somebody? I do see that there will be a new opportunity with that Justice at the bottom of the deck. Truthfully, your person does want to come back towards you. They're very hurt and disappointed that you maybe haven't tried to come back towards them during separation. But I do see, for those that are in separation with their person, I do see reconciliation. If you're single, you might be a little bit obsessed with wondering, when is it my time? When do I get fair recognition of finding a partner? I see you're going to have more options. If you get out of your head and you stop thinking on the negative and you get into the more positive, wishful thinking, I see that there are a lot more options that will open up for you. Okay, so let's see what you need to surrender. All right, Libra, for 2026, what do you need to surrender? You need to surrender to trusting yourself, and any stubbornness that you have had, leave that in the past. Understand you're entering a new phase, and surrender that you can't fix someone. So if you are somebody who is thinking about reconciling with somebody from the past, you have to surrender to the idea that if you come back together, that you're going to be able to change them. You have to embrace who they truly are this year if you want to try to have a new beginning. You have to realize that each person's accountable for who they are, and if you want to be with this person, you may not be able to change something about them that you may have to be able to accept. What do you need to embrace? Bringing balance. This is Libra energy, your own energy. So you could be over giving and creating an imbalance. So it says you're putting too much energy into something, creating lack somewhere else. Take action to correct the situation or risk further imbalance, which could lead to undesired results. So you could be expecting someone that you want to reconcile with, that you can fix it by over giving to them. You can't. It's going to create a lack within yourself. All right. What is the affirmation for Libra for 2026? What is the affirmation? Building up your self-confidence wanted to come out. What is the affirmation for Libra? I'm hearing that song, Talking to the Moon. I think that's Bruno Mars. So maybe doing rituals during the moon phases may be something you should look into for this year. Graciously receiving is your affirmation. It says, I graciously and gratefully receive abundance and success, opening myself up to the flow of blessings and opportunities that cross my path. With an open heart, I embrace and accept the abundance that is meant for me, allowing it to enrich my journey. So being able to give, but also be able to receive, and that is bringing that into balance for you. All right, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. What is the overall theme for Scorpios in 2026? If you guys want your own personalized in-depth reading, there are 3, 6, and 12 month on the website. Or if you want to do a live one-on-one reading, those are also on the website. Or feel free to join members for exclusive content. All right, Scorpio. If you guys are coming in after the live started, I will put the timestamps down below. Feel free to like, comment, and share. I would appreciate it. All right, Scorpio, what's the theme for you? You're getting important information this year that is going to actually inevitably change everything. It's going to start a new phase in your life, something that you maybe have been going back and forth on whether or not you wanted to do something or you wanted to proceed on something here in the near future. This year, it looks like you are finally transitioning. So for some of you, you own a houseboat and you've been thinking about selling it and moving to land. It does look like you're receiving important information. Maybe you're getting an offer you just cannot refuse. When it comes to your career, we've got the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. When it comes to your money, we've got the Hierophant. Amazing. And when it comes to love, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. What's being hidden at the bottom of the deck is that probably aggressive offer of selling. For some of you, you are selling a property this year, and it's going to embrace into something of a new phase for you. Now, when it comes to your career, I do see with the 10 of Cups, there's a lot of emotional happiness and contentment. You may be partnering up with your partner. You may be deciding to go into business with your spouse, your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, somebody, maybe even a relative, and it's going to bring a lot of happiness. This could even be somebody that you share children with, but you're not married to. Strongly, I see that you both make the decision that you want to redeem something when it comes to the career, and it's going to make you both happy. It could be maybe there's a work-life balance if you decide to start your own business. When it comes to your money and finances, I see the Hierophant. So you're learning the value of the dollar that you work for, that you're committed to learning that value, and you're no longer confused about what it is. What is the Hierophant here for? The Magician. Wow. Okay, well, you are willfully manifesting. Your intuition's really strong that this business adventure, when it comes to your career, is something you should invest in. and you're being guided to the great unknown or the mystery of taking the risk, it's going to pay off. Whatever you're going to initiate, you're going to be able to get into a strong commitment of money flow coming towards you. When it comes to love, I see the Queen of Pentacles. So this either could be that there's a relationship that is being solidified into a full-blown commitment, or if you're single, you have a new person coming towards you. That could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles for those that are already in a relationship. Yeah, I see things really working well, that I think you guys are going to actually start a business together, and it's going to be something that you're going to be really disciplined, but it's going to bring a sense of freedom for you and for your partner. Now, if you are single, I see you may be doing some travels, and with those travels comes you actually meeting somebody who is this earth energy, somebody that you may end up marrying this person. You may actually go on vacation, meet this person, and decide, you know what? Let's just get married. Let's just go do it. Let's just do it quickly. And you may go to Vegas and go through drive-through. You may go to the courthouse or the Justice of the Peace. You may get married right on the beach. There's something where you travel somewhere, you meet someone, and instantly it's a full-blown commitment, and you end up becoming family instantly. What you don't see is this aggressive offer coming in, this opportunity, something that you don't really see happening. There it is with the Chariot. For a lot of you, you're selling a home or some type of property, and you're transitioning to a new area, something that maybe you've been wanting or you've been desiring. All right, well, let's take a look and see what you need to surrender. For Scorpio placements, what is it that you need to surrender in 2026? What is it you're being asked to surrender? Surrender to the timing of things that are going to happen or unfold for you. They're happening when they're supposed to. This new phase that you're transitioning to, it's happening because it's supposed to. It's inevitable. You're also being asked to surrender to your passion. This passion is where this business is going to come into play. Get out of your head, get the fire in the belly, focus on the people and activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So you're going to have a really strong passion with your love, your money, and your relationship with your career. All right, what is it that you need to embrace? What is it you're being asked to embrace in 2026, Scorpio? Be present. Be present in the moment. It says, you are ungrounded and spending too much time in your head. Something has caused you to retreat in your mind. It's time to bring consciousness to it and resolve it. Start living life more fully. So if you find yourself ruminating back into the past or waiting for the future, you're being asked this year to really just stay in the present moment. Have a purpose for each day while you're living in the present moment. What is the affirmation for Scorpio in 2026? What is the affirmation message for 2026? 2026. Inner peace. It says, I cultivate inner peace and serenity within myself. I release the negative emotions and thoughts that do not serve me, and I focus on the present moment. That was your embracing the present moment. It came out again. I am calm and at peace, and no matter what is happening around me. So really finding out how can you get to a place of peace and feeling safe within that mindset. All right, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, 2026. What is the theme for Sagittarius placements? You could have a lot more responsibilities this year, Sagittarius. You could be taking on more responsibilities. Sagittarius placements. What is the theme for Sagittarius placements? You could be recognizing that you've taken on a lot more responsibilities this year, and you may find that you need to take breaks instead of taking on too much. It feels like an overexhaustion or overworking of taking on other people's problems or burdens, things that are extra for you, and you need to confront those issues. All right, what is the energy for your career, money, finance, and love? Sagittarius placements. When it comes to your career, we have the 6 of Swords. When it comes to money and finances, the 8 of Cups. When it comes to love, we've got the Fool. Hidden at the bottom of the deck, you don't see coming, is the 5 of Pentacles. So For some of you, you are recognizing that you're leaving a job, a career that has just given you too much responsibilities and they're just not paying you enough. That you've been doing it for a long time and maybe they're not giving bonuses anymore. They're not giving raises anymore. They're taking away pay. Maybe they're furloughing you. And you're realizing, you know what? I need to transition to doing something else. So I see a transition happening here because you're recognizing that, look at that. You got the double confirmation of the same exact card, that you're being guided to move forward in a different direction with your career. And you may find that you're being empathetic to your own needs of recognizing this. When it comes to your money and your finances, we have the 8 of Cups. So you're definitely walking away. And I think it's because you're at a loss. You're losing money instead of gaining money. So if you're working for a company and they're constantly furloughing you, they're not paying you, expecting you to take time off, they're cutting your hours, they're not giving raises, or they're reducing hours so you're making less money, you're realizing, you know what? I am losing money by staying at this job and I need to move away from it. Look at that. You've had double confirmation from 2 different decks in the same position. 8 of Cups is your money and finance, and that's clarifying it is the 8 of Cups. That's confirmation. It's time to move on. It's time to say, you know what? I need to let go of this job because it's no longer helping me get where I need to be. It's not helping me pay my bills. It's not satisfying my financial needs. And it's becoming more difficult for me to stay in it than to leave. I see when it comes to love, we have the Fool. So you're ready to take a leap of faith. If you're single, maybe you're ready to put yourself back out there. You're recognizing who you are and you're ready to step into your comfort zone. For others of you, when it comes to love, you're finding your love within yourself. You're saying, you know what? I need to be really content with myself before I can even love someone else. Look at that. You're learning who you are. There's a self-discovery on all aspects, full circle, when it comes to your life in 2026, Sagittarius. All right, well, let's see what you need to surrender. For Sagittarius placements, what is it they need to surrender? You need to spend some more time playing. If you have kids, you need to play with your kids. Or your inner child is needing a little bit of attention. So maybe do something fun. Go blow some, those bubbles. You know, you get those bubbles at the store. Go blow some bubbles. Surrender to passion. There's something you might be excited about. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on people or activities that make you feel passionate and go with the flow. What is it that Sagittarius is being asked to embrace? I just seen walk away. So you are definitely walking away from things that are no longer serving you in 2026 because you have a lot of possibilities. Honor yourself. Honor your value. Honor your worth. It says recognize the hard work that you put in where you are today. Instead of thinking of how far you have to go, remind yourself all that you've accomplished and be proud of yourself. What is the affirmation for Sagittarius for 2026? I'm hearing that song, The Way Life Used to Be. Is it Reflections of the Way Life Used to Be? That's coming out. So you might be reflecting on your life, Sagittarius, quite a bit this year and confronting things that you maybe didn't want to confront in 2025. Look at that. Conquering your limiting beliefs. It says, I release all limiting beliefs that hold me back from reaching my full potential. I replace them with empowering beliefs that support my growth and success. I can achieve anything that I set my mind to. So you're no longer believing that you have to stay at that job or you have to stay stuck in that position or that mindset. All right. Capricorn. All right. What is the theme for Capricorn placements in 2026? What is it you need to know? What is it you need to hear? Capricorn placements. 2026. What is the theme? Capricorn. Okay, so it looks like if you have been in your masculine energy in 2025, you're going to finally tap into your divine feminine side. And part of the reason is there's some unresolved issues from your past that you had not been really wanting to address. I see in 2026 that you're wanting to be happy, and part of being happy is addressing whatever troubled you in the past of that divine feminine energy of not wanting to confront it. You are confronting it. So let's get a card for your career, money, and love for 2026. When it comes to your career, we have the Temperance, Sagittarius energy. When it comes to your finances, we do have the Five of Pentacles. When it comes to love, we have the Three of Cups. Hidden at the bottom of the deck you don't see is the Six of Cups. This is you addressing these things from your past. So when it comes to your career, you're patiently trying to figure out what's going to happen here. You could be pouring more into your career, feeling that maybe if you pour more in or if you bear more of yourself, that you'll be able to get more return on your investment. Why is the Temperance here? You're healing something when it comes to your career, because you're pouring into it differently is what it feels like. The Moon. Your intuition is going to be speaking to you that you are needing to follow the lead when it comes to something that you can drive home if you want it. You have an inspiring energy that, you know, if you want to pour into getting an advancement when it comes to your job, maybe you work for a company and you want to elevate up, you can do that. You just have to be patiently pouring in and consistently making the steps to get there. When it comes to your finances, you may have a little bit of struggles because you're abandoning something. You're feeling at a loss, and it could be because you haven't met the financial goal that you are wanting or desiring. Yeah, we got that Queen of Cups and we've got the Hangman. There's some things that you are supporting in 2025 that you can no longer support in 2026. You're saying, you know what? I am in crisis mode. I need to let this go because I want to feel better about myself. When it comes to love, I see that you're connecting with either someone from the past, maybe a friend, or you're spending more time loving, spending time with other people and emotionally feeling satisfied. Yeah, clearly you see that you have to be able to maybe learn to make new plans, to meet new people, and you're being able to collaborate here when it comes to love. Give me another one. I do see that I'm hearing cool, calm, and collective when it comes to love. So if it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. You're not really holding on to one way or the other. All right. Why is the Six of Cups here? There's something from the past that's coming up, that unresolved. Could be a mother wound. It's a feminine energy wound. You're going to move past it. You're going to work really hard to focus on independently saying, you know what? I was content with holding it in, but now I want to embrace my feminine energy and I have to let this go. So I see you doing that work. You're healing that. All right. Well, let's see what you need to surrender. For Capricorn placements, what is it they need to surrender in 2026? You need to get more rest. If you're not sleeping a lot, you need to spend more time sleeping. What is it you need to surrender to? To what is? It says flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, accept it as it is, and it's going to bring peace to you. So I always like to say it is what it is. That's maybe a motto that you're going to live by in 2026. It is what it is. What is it you're being asked to embrace? Capricorn placements. What is it you need to embrace? One more. Detachment to outcome. Consider the options. Embracing it says you've narrowed your focus to one desired outcome, and you might be missing a bigger opportunity. Open up and let the universe send you the highest possible result. This could have a lot to do with your career. You may be really laser focused on one outcome, and you may need to be a little more open and realize there might be some other options, and be open and receptive to it. What is the affirmation for Capricorn? I just seen breaking patterns wanted to come out. So you're going to be breaking patterns by embracing that feminine side this year. What's the affirmation? Alignment with abundance. It says, I consciously align myself with the limitless abundance of the universe, wholeheartedly embracing success and prosperity as my inherent birthright. I release all self-imposed limitations, allowing my potential to expand in alignment with my dreams. Okay. All right. Aquarius. What is the theme for Aquarius in 2026? What is it you need to know? What is it you need to hear? Aquarius. Somebody might be getting a rainbow tattoo in 2026. Aquarius. Okay, you're going to be doing a lot of introspection in this year, and you're going to be asking yourself who, what, where, when, and why needs to be a part of my life You're doing a almost like a self-analyzation of aspects of your life that are once maybe practical and now are no longer. This could be relationships. This could be belief systems. This could be patterns that you've done. And you're overall reflecting upon life as a whole. When it comes to your career, we have the 8 of Wands. When it comes to money and finances, the Knight of Wands. When it comes to love, we have the Magician. What's hidden at the bottom of the deck you don't see is the 4 of Wands. Okay, well, some of you might be clearing out some things and bringing in a significant relationship, maybe even a significant property, maybe a rental property. I'm seeing like a condo building or a high rise. Some of you might be buying a new home. When it comes to your career, we have the 8 of Wands. So something's happening really quickly with your career. So what is this? Why is the 8 of Wands here for Aquarius when it comes to their career? Why is the 8 of Wands here? I'm hearing hit the ground running. Ooh, we got the Strength card and the High Priestess. So you have the ability to do something really quickly. If you hit the ground running now, it will manifest into what you truly want. Has something to do with your finances. It's something you're going to be really excited about. You just have to have the courage to patiently invest in it. It's not a one and done. It's going to be a continual effort, but it's going to pay off strongly for you. Now, with that Knight of Wands, when it comes to your money, this could be an impulse to start just one day, and it's going to pay off immensely for you. Look at that. The Chariot. Yeah, it's going to move really quickly. And the 9 of Pentacles. If you don't work for your own company, or you don't have like a side hustle, you may be picking that up. And if you are really willing to put in the work and hit the ground running, you're going to be really thankful when you look back at how disciplined you are, because it's going to pay off with that 9 of Pentacles. It brings a lot of abundance. When it comes to love, I do see the Magician. So you don't maybe see what's coming. If you're single, you're manifesting a relationship that's going to be stable. You could be manifesting a new home or residence to live with your person if you're in a relationship, or you're manifesting a stable commitment. If you're in a relationship, I see that you're going the distance with your person. You both are recognizing that you want something more, and you're going to manifest it. Look at that, the 2 of Cups. It's your soulmate. It's the person you're supposed to be with. This is marriage. This is somebody who's an equal give and take, somebody that you love. Now, if you are single, who is this person that they're manifesting into their life? Somebody you wish. You're manifesting. If you're single, you're manifesting your person. If you're in a relationship, you're manifesting your person to get married to. I see that that is going to happen for you. Okay, so let's take a look and see what is it that you need to surrender in 2026. Aquarius, what is it that you need to surrender? Trust your intuition and the need to compare yourself to others. You need to surrender that. And any procrastination that I said, hit the ground running. So surrendering to procrastination. Now is the time to jump in on a goal instead of putting it off. Take action because it will attract success for you. All right. What are you being asked to embrace, Aquarius? What is it you need to embrace? Aquarius. The victim mindset. It says you feel the world is against you, and it will only cause you to attract more negative results. Stop the blame and take responsibility for your own happiness. Only then will abundance start to flow to you. So be able to embrace that you don't have to be a victim of circumstance or be a victim in your mind. Okay. So let's see what your affirmation is, Aquarius. What is the affirmation for Aquarius for 2026? One more. Aquarius. Healing relationships. It says, with profound self-reflection and boundless compassion, I embark upon the healing journey of past relationships that have caused me pain, liberating my spirit from the shackles of resentment. I shower forgiveness upon myself and others, basking in the radiant embrace of love and reconciliation. I think that's why you are reflecting on who, what, where, when, and why that is around you. All right, Pisces. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, there is 3, 6, or 12-month readings on the website, or if you want to do a live Zoom reading, Those are on the website, or feel free to join memberships for exclusive content. Okay, Pisces, what's the overall theme for you? Pisces placement. What is the theme for 2026, Pisces? It looks like you are finally stepping up and letting go, shedding the skins of certain beliefs or habits that you maybe didn't think were opportunities. You didn't think were holding you back from opportunities. You're going to realize in 2026 that there's been a difficult decision of letting go of certain things. These could be patterns, beliefs. These could be vices that have been blocking your blessings. All right. Well, let's see. What is the cards for career, money, finance, and love? When it comes to career, we've got the Three of Pentacles. When it comes to money, we've got the Lovers and finance. When it comes to love, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. You don't see what's being hidden. When it comes to your career, the Three of Pentacles, you may be a little bit obsessed with working with somebody or working something out when it comes to your job, that you maybe believe that you couldn't get it to work, but there's something that's going to work in your favor when it comes to your career. What's the Three of Pentacles here for? There could be a workplace collaboration that you do decide to do. Yeah, you've kind of been holding on to that you don't believe that this would work, but it is actually going to work in your favor. When it comes to your finances, there's some choices and decisions that you're needing to make. I'm hearing that song. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. So financially, you may be in separation with somebody that you decide that it's better for the two of you to come back together. There could be a little bit of guilt on your side or their side that does need to overcome. But I do see the Ten of Cups. There is happiness. And I do see with love, you have the Ten of Pentacles. For those of you that are reconciling with their person, that's something you wish. Your wish will be granted. Now, I do see the Emperor coming out. So you're going to need to be logical to realize that you have to reinforce the stability from ground up. Now, if you're single, you could be meeting a new person. This person could be an Aries or they could be an air sign. There's somebody who also may be in the military. So they may travel quite a bit, which may not make you happy. Okay. Let's see what you need to surrender. Pisces for 2026. Stubbornness. You might need to surrender to any type of stubbornness and find inner joys with the love within yourself, and surrender to trust yourself. It says, trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. So surrender to trusting what your decisions are, not other people's opinions. What do you need to embrace, Pisces? What are you being asked to embrace in 2026? Scattered energy. It says you have too much on your plate and have lost your focus. This is causing you to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. Prioritize your well-being and create a new plan. This is you shedding things that are not working, trusting that that is why your energy might be scattered. When your energy is scattered, you could be feeling frustrated. You could be angry. You could be feeling a sense of not being able to make decisions or even trusting your intuition. What is your affirmation for 2026, Pisces? Honesty. It says, I am honest with myself and others, creating authentic connections and relationships. I speak my truth with compassion and integrity, fostering trust and understanding by being genuine and transparent. I invite deeper connections and I cultivate a supportive network that enriches my life. Okay. All right. Oh, I forgot to switch my thing for Capricorn. I'll put the timestamps down below after the live for everybody. Okay, so that does conclude the live. I do not have time to do ask a question, get an answer today. My kids do go back to school on Wednesday. So if I can sneak another live in before then, I will. Otherwise, I will resume lives again starting on Wednesday. And I'll schedule those out so you guys do know. I do hope you enjoyed this live. If you're coming in after, please like and comment. I'll put the timestamps down below. Feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising placement. I hope everybody is having a beautiful and wonderful day. All right, bye.